Hi guys and welcome to my channel. This is the day at allotments.
Choose your fighter.
Some of my favourite allotments. But first of all,
Inspired.
that's my favourite. I've been here since February 2021 and I think I've done a good job. There will be some photos of how it used to look before, but so here we have my allotment. But we are in autumn now. It looks totally different when we get to summer. So here we have some red peas that the snails have come and squatted on. We have our callaloo, which needs to be taken out. We have lots of nice lettuce seeds. This is the one thing that I eat the most. Here we have some onions. I've already harvested quite a bunch. So here is my spinach patch. Well, this is one of the spinach patches. I didn't know spinach would grow so much. And here used to be courgettes. And we used to have squash here. I harvested those a while ago. So over here we have some onions and garlics ready to be made for the next year. Now, gardening takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. So since February, I would say I was here like every day from 7 a.m. until like 3 p.m. Just weeding and weeding and weeding. You can never really get rid of the weed, which is such a shame. Yeah, there's an episode where you see the this needs to be tidied up. Tree, yeah. I was going this thing like I was putting date seeds everywhere every time I ate, and I'm just happy that it comes to fruition. So concrete is really, really good for your plants. I have a comfrey growing under the weeds, so I want to show you my comfrey. So usually people will have a bin like this. Brace yourself, guys. You guys are so lucky you can't smell this. It smells like bleep and bleep at the same time. So in here is where you would throw the comfrey and you would stir it and you would leave it to marinate for like 2 weeks, and then you would put it on your crops and your crops will do very good. The spinach that I haven't got around to eating. Here we have thyme. You've seen this rosemary. More thyme. We've got some mint. We've got dill. We've got chives. We've got lemon balm. All these things I use in my daily life. Like I like to make tea with the lemon balm and mint. You can use thyme or you can use rosemary to cook some nice lamb. Over here, I'm going to be putting flowers for the summer. I want to actually show you my compost bin. So let's excuse the mess. Here I put down some whole shit where I'll be putting some stuff down. So here is my compost bin. If you are into gardening, you should have one of these silver grey bins where you can put your food waste. As you can see, I've got eggs, onions, rosemary, corn, the stuff that was left over. Looks like sludge, doesn't it? I got all that cardboard. Just leaving it here and keeping it moist is a good way to get rid of it. Because apparently next year there's not going to be much compost for sale, so it's always a good idea to make your own compost. And I like not throwing my food waste in the say one of the youngest people on the allotment. It's a lot of people of elderly age, and rightfully so, but I feel like more younger people should get involved. Like, it's such a nice feeling to feel a bit more sustainable. You got your own crops growing. If you want to come and get some spinach, you can come and get some spinach. I'm going to be doing some avocados. But this was my allotment. This is my number one favorite. I'm going to take you on a tour today of my other favorite allotments because of the designs that they have and how much time they put into it. Some of the people have been here for like 20 years. So we're going to do a tour in fall and then in summer so that you can see the differences. So let's go. Now here is absolutely one of my favourite allotments. This lady has been here for 30 years. She's very wise in knowledge about what to do here. I like how she's got the rows of stuff. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, here is one of my second favorites. Everything just looks so much different in winter. But you can see that people are preparing to put their onions down ready for the next season. It's so organized. It's just truly amazing at the creations that people have when it comes to sustaining themselves. Now, this is also one of my favourites. I don't think this was an allotment, but he does more like permaculture. He grows all the stuff together, so his pumpkins will run along here, and you will have the callaloo, and you will have the spinach, and you will have the corn, all growing together. It's really easy to manage because a lot of the times, well, when I started, I was focused on, oh, I need to get the weed up, instead of just focusing on putting something down. You know what, once you start, you find out what works for you. You can control the weeds by putting down weed covering, I guess. But don't worry about the weeds. Like, if you come, again, allotment, don't worry about that. Just worry about putting down your first seed. It's such a beautiful sight to see that you can put one seed down and it will grow. It's just amazing. Like, I'm really happy about it. This is one of my favourite allotments too. This is about 3 allotments put together. She's really organised and neat in the way that she plants her stuff, using bamboo sticks to create a border and a fence. Not many things will be able to sustain growing in this weather. We have herbs here. So things that are genuinely rooted have a chance of surviving, like asparagus. I have an asparagus bed here. You've been working on your allotment 5 years. Okay. So what do you normally grow here? See, pumpkin. Vegetable. Which time? Pumpkin. Those are your favorite ones. Yeah? I can see the callaloo here, the red seed over there. Okay. Okay, so what was you thinking when you first initially started growing stuff? Like, what made you do that? Fresh product. Okay, okay. Did anyone in your family do it before? Your grandparents? Back home where? Jamaica, yes. Thank you very much for answering my questions. Thank you. I'll see you soon. So another one of my favorite allotments is this lady here. She doesn't get to come here often, but I have done some work for her before. And here she has a nice cherry tree. Bless her because she gave me one. She has a pear tree here, and there is some bay leaf. Bay leaf here. Bay leaf here. I also like her shed. It's a nice colour. And this particular pot is healthy with comfrey. Like wherever you go, you'll see comfrey growing here. Making some juice. And there seems to also be some trees growing. That was really last time. Here's the big switch. Normally people come around 10:30. That's where a bunch of people come in. Some people are leaving at this time because they like that it's quite peaceful. But because of the weather, I wouldn't be too keen on coming down here myself. That's why I'm wearing my regatta insulated coat that got ruined by my pink Vaseline. But there's no point throwing it away when you can use it to come down in this wind. Now I have reached one of my definite favourite allotments that I've seen. Shard, spinach, different colours. And as you can see, he has his comfrey growing just right at the front. Many people will have their own compost bins,